Amid corona-induced lockdown, vegetable growers of Manipur have been hit severely and are reeling under unprecedented anxiety on the unpredictable future of their occupations. With the marketplaces closed due to the lockdown and curfew imposed in the state, tons of vegetables are reportedly decaying, and farmers of the Khoijumand village in Bishnupur district of Manipur have no option but to dispose of their produce instead of selling them.
With prolonged enforcements of corona-induced lockdown, vegetable growers of Imphal have been hit severely and are reeling under unprecedented anxiety on the unpredictable future of their occupation. Khoijumand village of Bishnupur district, Manipur, known for producing vegetables items that cater to almost 50% of the population of Manipur, has lost 80% of their production this year. Farmers of Khoijumand village have been facing the problem of selling their produce owing to the lockdown and curfew imposed in the state. With the market closed and in absence of storage facilities, tons of vegetables are reportedly rotting. The hundreds of farmers have no option but to dispose of their produce instead of selling them. The farmers sought the attention of the MLA concerned and the state government to immediately arrange a market for them or collect their vegetables. Around 500 families in Khoijumand village are engaged in vegetable cultivation, and they have to sell their produce to maintain their family expenses. While the Farmers Union of the area on 5th July, Wednesday, submitted a letter to Chief Minister N. Biren Singh requesting him to make an appropriate arrangement to bail out the villagers from their problems. The letter stated that most of the villagers have been depending on vegetable cultivation in one or the other way for decades by grain both kharif and rabi crops for their livelihood. Daily production of various vegetables in the village alone runs up to an approximate quantity of 15 to 20 tons vegetables in the current season. However, as the vegetables products are easily perishable with the absence of proper preservation facilities, marginal farmers as well as engaged laborers are facing acute complications, the letter stated. Cultivating vegetables and selling them has been a source of income, and hundreds of families have been surviving on it. However, as the lockdown began, the farmer could not earn like before, even when the price of essential items are rising. Farmers like T.M. Dibansin and T.M. Opendros said that they want the government to arrange a market for them or arrange any other alternative means. President of Farmers Association for Inhation Reformative, Khoijumand Chontham Khogendro, said that many of the farmers had to dispose of the vegetables since they started rotting. He added during normal days they could sell up to 10 to 15 tons every alternated days, but after the lockdown began they do not have any means to sell. While Professor Amar Yumnam, an economist, was of the view that this year is a bad scenario for farmers of Manipur and the state economy would at least incur a loss of rupees 10,000 crore due to corona-induced lockdown.
The farmers need a kind of a circularity. Whatever latent produce they are having, there is no place where they can market. If they can't sell their products, they don't have anything now which they can invest for further production. So it is like completely finishing their economy. When it comes to the economy of Manipur, well, next year what happens is that we'll have almost at least about 25% decline of the economy. Well, 25% decline for a small economy like Manipur is not a joke. When that kind of a decline happens, it will not stop at that. It will again have a second round impact, third round impact, nothing will be good.
While Professor Amar was also of the view that
we expected that the government would rise to the occasion in trying to address the requirements of the farmers to see to it that they don't suffer any long term. But what has happened is that it is almost like, well, adding insult to injury like kind of a thing. Farmers do not have any kind of income with which they can invest for their own farming. When the farmers do not invest on their farming and government also do not come into the scenario, then it's a kind of a scenario whereby Well, it's almost no dive. That is exactly what is happening today. And unfortunately, there doesn't seem any kind of, application of mind emerging on this issue.
Khwaijumam is a small village situated within the Bishnapur district in the Indian state of Manipur. Bureau Report.